If you guys have ever heard my podcast, it's called The Chick Whisperer, which I'm not the Chick Whisperer, by the way. It's just the name of the show. I wouldn't be that needy. But as far as that, if you want to listen to the show, you can just download it from iTunes. It's free. But that's the funky music from the beginning. So when Pim asked me what music to introduce me with, I was like, well, there's only one way to go, that way, right? So that's cool. Hey, I'm really glad to see you guys all here this morning. I think it was a good move to start this thing at 1 o'clock. Don't you guys think so? Yeah? I'd also like to give those guys a hand. This is one of the best run conferences I've ever been a part of. So, I mean, Pim and David, let's give them a round of applause also. Yeah, good stuff. All right, now with that, let's dig right in, because I tell you what, they told me I had an hour and 15 minutes, and between giving you guys some chance to give me some feedback and showing you guys some things and getting the message across this morning, man, I planned for that whole time. So I'm going to give you guys my A game this morning. I'm not going to leave anything on the table. You're not going to hear. I'm making a pledge to you right now. You will never hear, it's in my book, but, from me. Or if you want to hear the rest, it's in my program. You're not going to hear that from me. That sound good? All right. So with that, I have my cheat sheet here because I want to make sure I cover everything. When I decided I wanted to come to this conference and I got to know those guys, actually, there was a little bit more to the story. Some of the guys that were here in 2008 made a very strong recommendation. Christian Hudson, for one, said, no, you got it. You are the guy who needs to go talk with this. So they put us together. And as soon as I read, be the man that women want, or be the man who women want, I guess, it sounded so much like what Emily and I have as a tagline, which is deserve what you want. And pretty much the entire cornerstone of everything we do is if you want to get a great woman, you got to be the maximized version of who you are. So you're the kind of guy that woman's going to want in return. It makes sense, doesn't it? Now, a lot of you guys are thinking, here it is, right? I've actually heard this. Raise your hand if you've heard what I'm about to tell you. Yeah, I'm kind of 35 years old, and I live with my mom. I don't have a job, and I don't really take care of myself, and I don't have much to do except play Xbox today in the basement. But someday, my own private Jennifer Lopez is going to walk through the door. She's going to love me exactly the way I am. Anybody? Well, let me challenge you. I mean, some of you guys are giving me a look like, uh-oh, this is already kind of making me sweat. All right, well, let me go ahead and put the shoe on the other foot. I like to do this. You're going to find this out very quickly, that when we talk about masculinity and femininity, yeah, there's some differences between genders, but there's also a lot that's similar because, newsflash, women are still human beings. If you bleed a woman, it'll be red. It won't be some kind of weird green color, okay? When she sneezes, it'll still be some sort of weird green color. And if she wins the lottery, she'll be happy. If you run over her dog with your car, she will still be quite upset about that, just like you would be. But see, that's why I like to take the shoe and put it on the other foot sometimes when I'm describing how men and women are together. How many times have you ever met a woman that said, I hate men, they're all alike, they only want one thing, they're all a bunch of jerks, good for nothing, but man, can you hook me up with a really good one? And all the really good ones said, 2 thumbs down, right? No way. I do not want a woman who can't respect men. And so if she's a good-looking woman, there's still plenty of guys who will come and use her for a night of sex, which of course makes her think, see, I was right. All these guys just want to use me and leave me. But see, all the guys out there who are real men, who have self-respect and therefore know how to lead and respect a woman, they don't want anything to do with her. Because she's going to be trouble. She's never going to respect him in return. Does that make sense? Am I talking too fast? I need to slow down. No.